Hey guys, it's Yuta. So today we are going to revisit this classic from 2014. I've actually made a reaction video with random Japanese people in 2016, but today I'm going to be reacting to this one.
Konnichiwa, you magnificent bastards! I got a joke for you. Fucking weeaboos go to Japan and be like, where are the subtitles?
Yeah, that's a pretty good joke. Is he the one who started it? But the thing is, many people just repeated this joke, so it got old pretty quickly.
I want to talk about an issue that affects us on a global scale. Weeaboos. For those of you who don't know what a weeaboo is, a non-Japanese person who basically denounces their own culture and calls themselves Japanese. They try to learn Japanese through the anime they watch and usually end up pronouncing it wrong and looking like a complete idiot. Keep in mind that a non-Japanese person can like the culture, watch anime, speak the language, and respect the culture, while still keeping in touch with their own, which keeps them from being a weeaboo.
Yeah, this is like the original definition of weeaboo, I guess. Original or the definition back in 2014. But then people started using the word more casually, and nowadays they just say weeb, and it might just be a regular anime fan. If you watch a few anime, you like them, you talk about them, and then you are a weeb. They also call Japanese people weebs nowadays, so there you go, it has become very casual. Of course, you might disagree the way people use the word weeb these days, but it's a fact that a lot of people use it for a regular anime fan.
Here we go. Weeaboos basically disrespect the culture and make complete asses of themselves. Even if you don't know the definition, you've definitely seen these guys around. On the internet, at your local comic book store, in your mom's attic. They smell bad, they're disgusting. Now before I go into this, I want you guys to realize that there's a difference between being a person that just likes anime and people that are full-on, disgusting, unhygienic weird.
FilthyFrank is actually making a lot of sense here, and it's his character. He's supposed to be somebody who you shouldn't be. He's supposed to be inappropriate and offensive, but here he makes a lot of sense, and I think that's probably why this video is one of the most popular videos by him.
If you just like watching those Japanese cartoons and you're an alright person, go for it, bud. I don't give a shit. If you like to watch a little hentai on the down low, that ain't my problem, you know?
Yeah, you know I watch that shit, bruh.
Sex invertebrates! I mean, I feel you guys. My favorite animes consist of Toy Story, Cory in the House.
Yeah, Cory in the House.
Videos from the 80s.
Again, is he the one who started this? Just so many people repeat the same thing, and it's just not funny anymore.
You know, Seinfeld? You know, we all like the same shit, I get it, I'm an anime fan as well. But this is when you have a real fucking problem.
I have a katana collection. I've been learning Japanese on Rosetta Stone for like 5 weeks now. I've had so much sex with my body pillow that it stands on its own now.
You know how he's emphasizing a lot of disgusting elements, and it's not even about anime, because it's more about how you act around people. You can watch tons of anime, but if you are just respectful, you know, if you can communicate with people normally, and you don't have to talk about anime all the time, even if the other person has no interest in anime, you can talk about other things too. So if you can communicate well, you might not be considered a weeaboo. In Japan, we would call these people kimoota. Kimo comes from kimoi, which means something like disgusting or creepy. And ota means otaku, somebody who is obsessed with things. And in this context, it's mostly anime. So you can just be an otaku without being an kimoota. You become kimoota when you are disgusting, unhygienic, and stuff like that.
My wife is coming to life.
Don't talk shit about Attack on Titan. It's a really good show.
It is a really good show. Who else is watching the final season of Attack on Titan? Let me know.
I've been really thinking about going to Japan soon. I know how to use chopsticks. I know hiragana. Because, you know, I don't feel like anybody here is on my anime expertise level.
I've lived in Japan for 3 years teaching English, so I'm kind of an expert of Japan. I've finished a few Japanese textbooks, and now I know Japanese more than native speakers.
First, I'll have to get a job. That's the first thing.
Yeah, we have these people in Japan as well. We call them Hikikomori or Nito. No, these are not the same thing. Hikikomori is basically, how do you say, shut-in, somebody who stays at home and doesn't leave the house. Nito is somebody who doesn't have a job and who's not in school. And we kind of have a stereotype that a lot of kimota are these people. I mean, if you have to go to school or if you have a regular full-time job, you can watch so much anime because you have other things to do. It's kind of interesting that regardless of the country, we have similar stereotypes.
Like, dude, I get that some of you like collecting weapons or something, but that's already kind of red flaggish in the first place. But if you're wasting money on like Japanese weapons that you can't even use, that's actually like a problem. You should notify your school.
It's kind of interesting how people are fascinated by katana. But actually, when I was little, we had plastic katana, like with my brother, and we would like fight, using these katanas. So, kids. But I kind of understand why people are into weapons. And don't forget guns. So many Americans are super into guns as well. But that's probably not that relevant to this conversation, so let's move on.
Face it, buddy, you're never gonna be Japanese, and changing your avatar to hentai or wife or whatever they're called.
So anime avatars. I used to think like, oh, an anime avatar, it's so cringy, but it's just so common. A lot of you guys have an anime avatar, let's just admit this. And if you are on Twitter and in Japan, like so many people have anime avatars. So I kind of got used to it. And some of these people with an anime avatar, their comments can be quite insightful. So I try to not judge people just because they have an anime avatar. I've actually met this girl who has an anime avatar on WhatsApp, but she's just a normal person, and she told me it's because she just doesn't want to show her real face because some weird people approach her and talk to her or something like that. So yeah, and I recently discovered the author of my favorite anime, Oregairu, also has an anime avatar. So I guess don't judge a book by its cover.
A self-righteous faggot literally everywhere on the internet. It's not gonna help. These people with anime avatars are everywhere. Every comment section, every Twitter discussion, everywhere in the Facebook comments. And you say one thing about anime, and these guys will
so true.
They will breathe really heavy.
So
and
true.
Start typing on the keyboard really fast.
Yeah. That's totally true. Anybody who's on social media can relate to this, I think. Well, if they mention anime at all. But I've actually gotten one of these comments and I said something about anime and I got this very angry and abrasive comment criticizing me, and I was like, why are you so abrasive? You can disagree with me, but you can just disagree with me politely or respectfully, or at least you don't have to be so abrasive about it. But that made me realize that these days I'm getting these comments much less than before. Meaning, I think anime has gotten much more popular, which means more normal people watch anime. So even though I talk about anime a lot on my channel, most of the comments are pretty level-headed. People don't use the word weeaboo as much as they used to. They just say weeb, which is more casual. And that's actually kind of the same in Japan. More people watch anime, and watching anime has become much easier because we have all these streaming services. Netflix also added a lot of anime. So you can be watching just a regular live action Netflix show and you'd be like, oh, I remember people were talking about Attack on Titan, so maybe I can give it a try. And next thing you know, you are binge watching it. Before, if you want to watch an anime that is not currently airing on TV, you have to physically go to a shop and rent or buy, so the bar was much higher. So things have changed.
You sure showed me. Like, damn, who put a good old Rasengan up your ass?
Wait, what did he say? Let me play this again.
Who put a good old Rasengan up your ass?
Who put a girl on Rasengan up your ass? So he said Rasengan, but he said it in an English way, so I couldn't catch it. And it actually happens a lot when people are speaking English. Sometimes they use a Japanese word, but they don't pronounce it in a Japanese way, and I don't understand what they're saying. And they are like, come on, you're Japanese, you're supposed to understand Japanese words. And I'm like, but You're not saying in a Japanese way, so that's why I don't understand. It happens a lot actually.
Oh shit. Yo, a pigeon just landed on my... Do you hear that? There's a pigeon outside my window. Fuck out. これは僕の家だ。
これは僕の家だ. Sounds kind of animish, but it's FilthyFrank.
Also, the worst part is you think you know all about Japan after watching like, what, 6 anime series? Like you...
These days, people are more sophisticated, I guess, so you have so many things on YouTube. It's more like they've watched 100 videos about Japan on YouTube, and now they think they know everything about Japan. And by the way, Japanese people can be like that too. They watch a bunch of videos on YouTube about the United States, for example, and now they think they know everything about the United States to the point where they could give unsolicited advice to American people about how they should behave and stuff like that. Happens in any country.
You believe that schoolgirls have eyes this big. You believe that everyone holds a fucking katana on the trains. Nobody practices jutsus in the corner, and nobody talks like this. 貴様てめえぶち殺してやるからな。
何？
なんだと？
あらあら。
やめろ！まさかお前は何者だ？
我が名はダークフレームマスター。闇の炎に抱かれて消えろ。It's actually pretty fun to speak Japanese like an anime character.
Getting a body pillow and masturbating to animated 13-year-old girls doesn't make you Japanese. It just makes you a borderline pedophile. And also, guys, as much as I wish it was true, not all Asian girls sound like yeah.
Looks like he's done a lot of research.
I definitely woke my neighbors up. Shit, Mom. My neighbors heard that, for sure.
I love this scene. It's just so... These breaking character moments.
I think my neighbors are weeaboos. They probably think I'm getting mad pussy. Cause you know I get all that pussy.
I'm sure you do.
Scrumptiddly-umptious.
As an outsider, you're literally praising one of the most xenophobic cultures that exists today.
There's so much to talk about. Actually, let me know if you think Japan is very xenophobic. Give me some examples of Japanese people being xenophobic, and maybe we could talk about it in another video.
What you're doing would be like a Japanese person doing this, wearing a cowboy hat and boots, swinging a rope around, and going, yeah!
Cowboy Tanaka-san. Actually, I know somebody like that, a Japanese guy, who even wears a cowboy hat. He speaks okay English, and he sometimes says he's American, apparently, which he's not. Any country, these people exist.
A lot of people get defensive about this. Look, I'm always getting harassed by everybody to make fun of disease, race, black people, Jews. Like, everyone's like, yeah, do it. But as soon as I even touch anime, whoa, too far, everybody. Yo, everyone, let Frank relax. You can make fun of anything but anime. This is the FilthyFrank show. Make up your fucking mind, bruh. Like over here at the FilthyFrank show, we support prejudice equality. Everyone gets shit. What do you call a white girl that can run faster than her brothers? A redneck virgin.
A girl who can run faster than her brothers? I don't get this joke. Maybe you can explain this to me, because I don't know anything. You're the one who knows.
Look, everyone gets shit here. Yeah, take that, white people.
Follow your dreams, son.
But still, I can't help but feel scared. Man, those weeaboos, man, they're fucking scary, I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like I can hear them just breathing really fucking heavy.
Okay, so now the skit. I'm gonna skip this a little bit. Because I think it's mostly because of the first part this video is so popular.
Rosetta Stone.
It's no use. Weeaboo Jones is too strong. That's it. I know exactly what I need to do. Fuck you, Weeaboo Jones. I love Family Guy.
Oh, Family Guy? But you are Japanese. You're supposed to watch Japanese things. You have to watch anime. Aren't you proud of your own culture? Unbelievable. Fortunately, nobody has said that to me. I do watch anime now, but before I didn't as much. But people kind of do stereotype me. Sometimes I say something, I do something, and people are like, oh, I thought Japanese people were like this. Why are you like that? So I'm like, there are many different people in Japan. I'm an individual and I have individual values. Not because I'm Japanese, because I am me. And sometimes whatever I do, people just interpret it as I'm doing it because I'm Japanese. And it can get quite frustrating. Definitely remember this song. Konnichiwa senpai, please notice me. I even remember some of the lyrics. If you ignore the lyrics, this song actually sounds kind of nice. And it also reminds me of the end of Evangelion, this whole scene and how the song is. If you watched it, you probably know what I'm talking about.
I watch Asian cartoons.
Asian cartoons.
I'm a weeaboo. Sticks and stones may break my bones.
You get arrested.
I will always be.
I kind of feel bad about some of these people in the photos because they can just be somebody who likes anime and stuff, and they might be quite harmless. We don't know them. I know this is FilthyFrank. It's supposed to be offensive and inappropriate, and I know it's just a joke, but yeah, I just can't help feeling like that.
One step ahead of you.
Let's see what they have. They have One Piece, Fullmetal Alchemist, a dog. Did you hear that? Anyway, so this much manga would be nothing in Japan. For a Japanese person, it's completely normal to have some manga. I do have some manga, my brother does, my friends have, so it's completely normal. This will be nothing.
Cause I read the manga.
You're such a fucking pleb. Are you even Japanese, bro?
I haven't showered in like 16 weeks. All my friends and
Yeah, this girl, maybe she's just enjoying cosplaying. Nothing wrong with it.
friends and peers are ashamed of me.
I don't know what to comment on this.
All of a sudden, I think I'm
Yeah, these girls can just be enjoying cosplaying.
Japanese. Yes, I'm a weeaboo.
Why are so many body pillows?
Yes, I'm a weeaboo.
Ooh, isn't that
Yes, I'm a weeaboo.
yaoi? It's interesting English speakers still use the word yaoi, which means yamanashi, ochinashi, iminashi. Yamanashi, there's no climax, and climax as in the story, not the other climax, because I hope there will be a climax anyway. Ochinashi, there's no punchline. Iminashi, there's no meaning. But in Japan, people mostly use the word BL, which is boys love, and people who like BL, or girls who like BL, would be fujoshi. Yeah, I don't think Japanese people use the word yaoi these days.
Yes, I'm a weeaboo. A filthy weeaboo.
Why would he take a photo of him licking a body pillow? It doesn't make sense. Unless he did it ironically, doesn't make sense.
Naruto's so
A
overrated.
dirty
Naruto is so overrated. I like that part because it's so spot on. That's the kind of thing that anime snobs would say. But Naruto, I think today it will be a different show. Could be Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia. But yeah, people always criticize something that is mainstream. Happens in any genre.
dirty weeaboo.
You wanna see my katana collection?
A fucking weeaboo.
I'm learning Japanese.
You can be into stuff like this. That's fine. You just don't have to show it to the world.
Rosetta Stone.
Anyways, point is, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Just don't bring that shit near me.
See, he's making sense and he's being kind of considerate. FilthyFrank is being considerate. Because he's like, oh, okay, it's okay to be into whatever you are into. Just be mindful. This is just common sense. It makes total sense.
I'm a fucking hustler. I'm gonna say it again, guys. I have nothing against anime. I have nothing against any of that shit. Everything I just said could be applied to any kind of other obsession.
See, making a lot of sense.
Sayonara, bastards. I'm out. Peace.
It's FilthyFrank, motherfucker. It's FilthyFrank.
So, watching this, I feel like things have changed. More people are watching anime, and it has become, I wouldn't say super mainstream, but it's definitely more popular than before. And I don't like the fact that just because you are into something Japanese, people think it's kind of a negative thing, because Japan is just another country, and I think there's a little bit of discrimination here, because if you're into something European, if you're into something like contemporary French cuisine, for example, and if you're obsessed with it and if you talk about it all the time, people wouldn't see you as somebody who is as cringy as somebody who is super obsessed with anime. So I think there's a little bit of prejudice, going on here. So I think it's a good thing that it's becoming more socially acceptable, I guess, in the West to be into something Asian, not just something Japanese, could be into Chinese, Korean, or other Asian countries. And I also think that people are more informed about Japan in general. Back then, I've met some people in Western countries who asked me about ninja and samurai and stuff like that. We don't have them in Japan today. There's so much information on the internet today, and you even have Japanese YouTubers like me who talk about Japan in English. So a lot of things about Japan is accessible. But still, most thing about Japan is not translated into English. And if you speak Japanese, you will learn more about Japanese culture. And if you want to learn Japanese with me, I will teach you the kind of Japanese that real-life Japanese people today actually speak, which can be different from the kind of Japanese that textbooks teach you, because it can be unnatural and old-fashioned. So click the link and subscribe to my email group, Japanese with Yuta. Alright, see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao!